Hello, everyone, and good afternoon to those of you on the East Coast, and good morning to those of you on the West Coast. Hope you all had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks for joining me today for our end of the year webcast. Today, I'll be talking a little bit about our movement's progress this past year, 2017, and we'll also talk about some of our goals in the year ahead and finish up by, of course, taking some of your questions. If you do have a question, please share it in the chat box at the bottom of your screen. I'll try to answer as many as I can during our time together today. First of all, 2017 has been a pivotal year for Boys and Girls Club. The Great Futures Impact Plan, which was the 6-year initiative, has led us from an outcome-intended to an outcome-driven programming environment, and it's nearly complete. And the Great Futures 2025 is the new strategic direction that's been designed by our entire movement. It was approved overwhelmingly with a 95% affirmation at our national conference this past May in Dallas. Great Futures 2025 is the plan that will help us deliver a high-quality club experience to more youth. I'll come back to that in just a few minutes. As always, the safety of club members is our #1 priority. And to that end, we've expanded our child and club safety team this past year. We also developed a club emergency response plan, which was introduced this past month. But there's still more work that we collectively need to do. As you all know, safety is the bedrock of this movement. It's the imperative for every Boys and Girls Club to be absolutely the safest place for a kid, teen, or staff member that goes from within their community. That's why the National Area Council Committee is recommending 5 new membership requirements. Each one of them is safety related and critical to our mission. The proposed policies focus on transportation, restrooms, supervision, drug use, and prohibiting one-on-one contact between members and adults. Member enhancements to liability insurance are also included, as well as communication as well. The National Area Council Committee is asking all organizations to exercise their important right to vote by December 14th, and strongly recommends that you put these new requirements into action. So please take a minute to click on the link below or go online and vote for these new membership requirements. This is important for all of us. Safety is what we stand for, and it has been what we stand for 157 years. This year, we listened to your feedback about the need for more training as well, particularly training for the frontline team. We agreed and created several new professional development opportunities many of you have taken advantage of. This includes Youth Development Institutes, teen membership training, the Youth Development Toolbox mobile application, and the Club Directors Academy. Specifically, the Club Directors Academy helps key staff members develop effective leadership practices and creates continuous improvement plans to enhance the club experience. This year, 2017, over 1,100 club directors participated in the training, and we expect to train about another 1,000 in 2018. To further communicate the impact clubs have on the future of young people and to strengthen brand equity, we launched an impactful new brand campaign, A Place to Become. This campaign highlights the importance of youth development professionals in your clubs, as well as local markets, which can access the TV, radio, and marketing collateral that's available for all of you in your local market on bgca.net. This is in addition to our strong partnerships that have been enhanced this year, and new ones like Katy Perry or Major League Baseball that's expanded, and WWE, the NBA, and many others. 2017 also marked the 70th anniversary of the Youth of the Year program. The young people selected for this honor amaze me more and more each year. These teens represent the great futures that we're building for all kids. So let me pause to congratulate all 6 of our regional and military winners this year, including the National Military Youth of the Year, Kayla from Utah's Hill Air Force Base, and our National Youth of the Year, Carlos from the Boys and Girls Clubs of Clifton, New Jersey. Shout out to Bob Foster, great job, and congratulations to your club as well. And just last month, we launched the exciting My Future. It came across to clubs across the nation with this new dynamic digital youth engagement website that has already 10,000 registered users. It was made possible by the generous contributions of Comcast, NBC Universal, as well as many other partners. My.Futures is a fun, safe, mobile-friendly social environment that lets members access BGCA program activities from their own devices. Over 350 clubs are already using My.Future, which can be accessed inside or outside the club. This is a quality program that allows kids to engage in productive, out-of-school time activities. Next, 2017 was an unprecedented year of disasters and natural challenges and crises across this country. And it's times like this that we can all be really proud of in how our movement rallies during these difficult situations, not just for our youth, but for communities across the country. Our clubs mobilized to bring relief to victims of Hurricanes Harvey, Irma, and Maria. We also witnessed similarly heroic efforts by clubs in Northern California during the wildfires. These selfless acts by so many are a testament to the values of our organization, our movement, and the incredible club kids and youth development professionals around the nation. Thank you for what you all did to help our expanded family at clubs and to help families and kids across this country in a time of need. Now, let's turn our attention to 2018. This is the first year of the Great Futures 2025 strategic direction. The legwork's been done, and we've moved from planning to doing. In 2018, our primary focus will be on the first two strategic priorities: strengthening organizations and increasing program quality. We'll continue to focus on strengthening organizations in 2018 in a few different ways. First, driving impact and quality requires a strong organization with talented staff and resources. The key is strengthening club capacity and capability to improve the club experience and expand its reach. This means improving development and training for CEOs, senior leaders at the local level. To ensure clubs have trained, highly capable staff and board members, we'll invest in state-of-the-art training and resources. As mentioned earlier, another focus will be on the club directors, where 1,000 additional club directors will complete the Club Directors Academy. And with that, the learning will cascade to 7,000 full and part-time staff that'll be trained through the club experience by their club directors. 2,500 more will be trained through youth development institutes throughout the year. And finally, as we think about clubs through management agreements, mergers, shared service, and other operating models, we'll work together to create stronger organizations. In 2017 alone, 54 consolidations or management agreements were executed, which is expected to reach more than 80 by year's end. And, as we talked about earlier in the year, of the 45 organizations that were chronically out of compliance with membership requirements, 30 have been transitioned, with the remainder expected to consolidate this year. And we also talked earlier in the year about entities that have violated our brand or name usage. All but 2 of those 51 have been in process or will be resolved by the end of the year. In this space, our movement has work to do. When we talk about quality and quality program, it starts first of all with a quality definition process that will take place throughout 2018. Then the establishment of quality standards and an assessment process for what quality looks like, because it differs from club to club. So as we talk about this second priority, quality, to begin the process, a pilot group of 100 organizations will conduct peer-led and self-assessments in order to create continuous improvement plans for each site. The collective target in 2018 is for 50% of organizations experiencing gains in key metrics, with less than 25% declining. That's the focus on our mission metrics that we look to see as a result of the work that'll happen throughout the year. This year, in 2017, to put some context around our mission metrics, ADA is forecasted to finish the year at 458,000, which is an increase of 25,000 youth a day attending a club over where we were in 2016. Similarly, when we think about teen membership, it's going to be up over 2016, however, stands to be below our projections for the year. Your continued focus on the teen strategy and this year being the year of the teen voice is working. So a final push at year end will certainly help get us to where we hope to be. Another theme from your feedback throughout the year has been to provide support to grow the resource development capacity of local clubs and for the entire movement. To make this happen, continued training next year and more collective and collaborative efforts will take place as we move forward. So speaking of collaborative efforts, one key initiative that will drive our direction at the local and national level next year is the new Common Member Management System. In the last year, significant progress was made on planning for the Common Member Management System. As you recall, this was part of what we announced earlier in the year. An advisory team of over 550 club professionals from 450 different organizations provided invaluable input. As a result, the input received was far beyond the ability to just track members, but what was required and asked for is a comprehensive club operations system. This significantly changes the scope of the initiative. We continue to move forward with the excitement about the possibilities ahead, and with the year almost over, we're hopeful to finalize a vendor that can build out the system in the first half of 2018. There are a few caution flags, though, to be transparent about, as well as there's a couple hurdles in front of us, and we have a lot to solve for. Obviously, as I said, with the scope of this being much larger, the economics are also very different than what was in the original concept. This will require some additional study and interaction with all of you, yet we anticipate pilot testing for a limited number of clubs in the second half of 2018 with a rollout to follow. I'd also like to take a minute to touch on the strategic priorities of advocacy and increased reach, which are part of the 2025 plan. Some organizations are already doing great work on these two areas as well. One example is earlier this year, 141 club advocates came together and traveled to Washington, D.C. to participate in the National Day of Advocacy. Plans are to amplify our voice with even more club advocates this next March, so watch for an announcement on that. Our movement has a unique position in this nation, and as we address the challenges youth face to ensure they have a great future, we want to make sure our voice is heard across the country, in state houses, and in Washington, D.C. to address the issues that youth and teens face in America. Our near-term objective is to build awareness of the importance of out-of-school time and youth development. The cause and effect relationship of these two areas are imperative to this country's continued success. By leveraging what makes us unique, our data, scalability, and literally a footprint that consists of a club in every congressional district, thousands of local and national volunteers are poised to build effective relationships with elected officials. We can and will reach and serve more of our country's youth. For 2018, based on the feedback from all of you and anticipated targets that we've set, we look to serve more youth daily and increase the membership by roughly 2%. In early 2018, we'll introduce a new service delivery plan that provides a roadmap of how your national organization will support the goals that I've talked about today. But our guiding principle will continue to be providing the best possible experiences to young people. Consistently delivering a high-quality club experience requires a trained, committed, energetic team, which is what happens every day inside of all Boys and Girls Clubs across this country.